Hey guys, it's Gina with YA Fiction Freaks, and I just wanted to talk about a couple of books that I actually read before this year. So it's not part of my 25 book challenge for the year, but this one is called Crank by Ellen Hopkins, and that's book one. Book two was is Glass by Ellen Hopkins. And when I bought it, it was hardback. I don't know if it's softback yet or not. I think Glass came out last year. But I love these books. If you've never read an Ellen Hopkins book, I encourage you to do so. I wouldn't recommend, I think it's for older teenagers. Um, it's not hard to read at all, but I just think the content is, when I say older teenagers, I would say 15, 16 and up, something like that, because this whole series is actually about drugs, and has a little bit some harder content to it. So I wouldn't recommend it for like young 12-year-old, 13-year-old teenagers. Um, but that's just my opinion. They're written in verse, and it's funny because when you say they're written in verse, people are, I don't want to read those. But it's not like verse, like, I'll show you. That's some of the pages. So you can get through these like really quickly. But they're shaped different ways. I love it. It's so cool. You can just flip the pages really fast. But that's how it's, see, some of them are actually like heart-shaped. I can't find any right now that's like heart-shaped. But it is really cool the way that it's written. So, it is considered verse, she calls it, but like, look at this one. This is really cool. Isn't that cool? But it's not like reading poetry at all. It's not like reading poetry. It's about a girl, and her name is Christina Georgia Snow. And it says, Christina Georgia Snow is the perfect daughter, gifted high school junior, quiet, never any trouble, but on a trip to visit her absentee father, Christina disappears, and Bree takes her place. Bree is the exact opposite of Christina. She's fearless. Through a boy, Bree meets the monster, which is Crank, the drugs. And what begins as a wild, ecstatic ride turns into a struggle through hell for her mind, her soul, her life. So she basically ends up kind of making up this alternate personality in her head so that when she does stuff and it's bad things that she does, it's kind of like in her mind, it's like Bree kind of taking over. And it's not really like she's crazy. She just, oh, well, here come, Bree. She kind of calls that dangerous side of her Bree. So, I'll read the first like introduction part, how it says flirting with the monster. You see how it's written there? Like the first part says, life was good before I met the monster. Afterlife was great, at least for a little while. So that's kind of how they are. Introduction. So you want to know all about me, who I am. What chance meeting of brush and canvas painted the face you see? What made me despise the girl in the mirror? So they're really written neat, and the whole story is basically the author. Her name is, of course, I think I already told you, Ellen Hopkins, and this is a fiction book, but she got a lot of her ideas and what she written. It's really about what her daughter went through. So, and got it from her daughter's story. So that was pretty interesting. But it's all about her struggle, how she gets hooked on the drugs, what she's going to do about it. Book two, I won't really tell you so much what it's about because I don't want to do any spoilers here, but it goes on with Christina's life. And there's going to be a book 3 that's coming out, and it's called, I think it's called Fallout, if I'm saying it right. I think it's Fallout. And I don't know when it's coming out. I think it might be this year sometime, but I'm not sure when it's coming out. She has about, I have them on my bookshelf. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has like 5 books out. I have them all. I've read them all except for one so far, but they're really good books. So I encourage you to um, give them a chance and give them a read. I was in the bookstore the other day in Borders, and there was these 2 young girls. I was looking in the YA fiction section, and there was 2 young girls that picked up a couple of Ellen Hopkins books. They were probably like 16 years old. I think they would have loved them. I wanted to say so bad, you will love these books, and I should have. But the one girl picked it up and she fanned through it, and she goes, "Huh, look how that's written. Look at the pages." And the other girl's like, "Oh, yeah." And they walked away, and I thought, oh, you should have got, they're good. They're good stories. So I just want to let everybody know about them. And I hope you give them a chance. And if you have read them, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about them and what you think about our books. So that's it for today. Thanks. Happy reading, guys.